good. How are you this morning, Mr. Dellinger?
Good, sir. I'm not scared. A little nervous about the procedure, but I told my sons 10, 15 years ago that if I die tomorrow, I've had a good life.
Well, we wanted to really focus today on the diagnosis and the treatment.
Okay.
And so now that you've had that surgical procedure and we have a definite diagnosis
Right.
of the malignant mesothelioma,
Right.
we want to talk now about how we're going to treat it.
Okay.
Chemotherapy, okay? And we can't say that this chemotherapy is meant to cure the disease,
Sure.
okay? But it is meant to extend life and improve symptoms.
Okay.
What I always do tell people is when they come into chemotherapy, the healthiest they are coming in, the better that they tend to tolerate it,
Right.
and often the better they do as far as their disease goes.
Okay.
And a lot of people always want to ask me numbers.
Yeah, I know. We don't do that, do we?
Huh? Well,
Yeah.
I won't, if somebody really nails me down,
Yeah.
I won't, I will tell them what the papers say.
Yeah.
But what I prefer to tell people is that those are only average numbers,
Right.
and that means that half the people do better than
Okay.
that number and half the people do worse. The chemotherapy we only touched on briefly before. But what we would do would be to have you come here once every 3 weeks for
Right.
the chemotherapy itself. And there are 2 different chemotherapy medicines, cisplatin and pemetrexed.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
The 2 drugs work better together than either one alone.
All chemotherapy drugs are different, and you may have heard horror stories. The number one thing I want to caution you on is well-meaning loved ones, friends, and family about saying, oh, hi, I had a cousin's grandmother's uncle who had this, this, and this, and you need this, this, and this. It's all very well-meaning. Don't listen. I mean, just turn it off, say thank you very much. This is what my nurse has been telling me. This is what I need to do for my treatment. Because everybody's cancer is different. Everybody's treatment is different.
Right.
Chemotherapy drugs work in a multitude of ways. This drug itself works by attacking rapidly reproducing cells.
Okay.
Rapidly reproducing cells include your hair cells, the lining of your mouth and intestines, your skin cells, your nail cells, and more importantly, your blood cells.
Okay.
Okay? This works by breaking, do you remember in Biology 101, the DNA strands? Basically what this does is it breaks that,
Down.
it breaks it down, replaces it so the cell can't reproduce itself.
Okay. Going through what I'm going through now, first thing I did is go through the internet. And it, you know, everybody that is listening to this now, realize that everybody is different. Okay, wait, what might work for one person may not work for another. I've had my first chemo go around, and that was on the 11th of this month. And you hear about the side effects and what the complications could be. So far, knock on wood, I have no side effects. I still feel pretty good. Get a little tired still, but other than that, at least the first chemo treatment, I feel, was pretty successful. You get a little over anxious, you get nervous, fear comes in because of the unknown factor of what exactly it is. It is a little shocking when you first hear about it, that you have cancer. All in all, I have not at this point in time had any of the side effects that they introduced me to when they were talking to me about it.